So you want to know how to get prime mods in Warframe, the stronger variants of normal mods that can be upgraded even further than their regular counterparts, so instead of maxing out at example level 6, it will be able to rank up all the way to rank 10 instead. Well, I'm Tipsy, and let's go over how you can actually acquire these prime mods for yourself in Warframe and what prime mods actually do and what Baro is. So in Warframe, prime mods are a stronger version of the normal mods that you can find around, often considered the endgame version of mods in this game, since they're usually the best option for most builds when it actually comes to making them stronger, as they can be upgraded further than their normal counterparts. Though keep in mind, certain alternatives like Archon mods are also there in the game for specific setups, and might be cheaper too, but they are expensive to upgrade. That is something to keep in mind. Now, the thing about prime mods is that you can't just get them whenever you actually want to. They are sold at someone called Baro Ki'Teer, a special vendor who only appears bi-weekly in a random relay in Warframe. So it's a good idea to check out when he actually visits. So basically, when Baro actually arrives every 2 weeks, he will stay for around 48 hours and sell a random assortment of items including primed and rare mods. There's also cosmetics, decorations and much more. And the items he sells will be sold for credits and Ducats, which we will cover shortly. You can also type when Baro in the QA chat to actually see when Baro is around, or check the wiki for the next visit. So to actually buy prime mods, you will have to wait for Baro to actually appear in any relay during the weekend, which you can see from the alerts tab or by his little icon, which will be hovering a random relay on the star chart. And once he's there, you will have to visit him and check his inventory to see if he got any of the prime mods you actually want to get. If you're trying to collect them all, good luck, because his stock is random each visit, so you will have to grab a few each time he is there until you actually have all the ones you need. Though there is a special event every year called TennoCon. When you actually buy the digital ticket for TennoCon, you will be able to access a relay with Baro where he will sell all of the items he have in his inventory for a week once a year. So that could be something if you actually wanted to pick up multiple or save up for that event, but it is only included in the digital ticket, so you'll have to pay real money to actually get access to this. Otherwise, you'll have to wait each week for him to actually appear. And some mods you can pick up early, which would be very good to get, are the Prime Flow, the Prime Continuity, and the Prime Toxin or Status mods, which are very nice and to just have. Otherwise, I know there's a lot of people out there doing like a Baro recommended list, or you can ask in your community, like the clan you are in or in a Discord, so you know what you can actually get. Then once you are in a relay with Baro, you'll have to open your gear wheel menu to fast travel directly to him and check out his goods. Then you can scroll through his inventory with the random assortments of items, and you will be able to buy stuff here if you have the credits and Ducats you need to actually buy them. But keep in mind that Baro's items are fairly expensive, especially for new players, as sometimes this will cost almost 500,000 credits and then some Ducats, which is something we will go over now. So right next to Baro or around Baro's area, you will find something called the Ducats kiosk, where you will actually be able to turn in prime parts in exchange for Ducats. And these Ducats can then be used to actually buy prime mods or anything else in Baro's shop. And here's the exchange rate for the prime parts into Ducats. So common prime parts will exchange to 15 Ducats, while uncommon prime parts will turn into 45 Ducats per piece, and rare prime parts will be 100 Ducats per piece. Also, before turning anything in, I would recommend checking warframe.market to see if the part is actually worth it in platinum instead. If it's a valuable part, it might be smarter to just sell it for plat and buy cheaper prime parts to turn in for Ducats instead, if you want to go over that. And since prime mods rotate, I'd highly recommend just checking Baro's items whenever he's there. He also sells something called the Void Surplus Cash, which he sells one of every time he visits, and you will be able to pick this up for 50,000 credits. And this can be anywhere between a 3-day booster to a legendary core, even 1,000 Ducats and so on. There's also some cosmetics, but overall these are just some nice rewards, which you can actually pick up in this if you get lucky. And let's go over how you can actually farm some Ducats in Warframe quickly, so you actually know how you can obtain these fairly quickly, as it is fairly easy to do so. So first, to get Ducats, we'll need to farm prime parts, which come from opening relics. And if you want a detailed breakdown of how you can actually farm these relics, I got another video linked below that goes over all of the different relic types and how you can actually get them easily in Warframe. So feel free to check that out if you're looking for that. But for this video, let's just go over one of the earliest and easiest ways to farm relics in the game. So in the Void, there's a capture mission called Habit, where the reward for actually completing this mission is a live relic on completion. This is a pretty simple mission, and it's just rush to the target, capture, then extract, and you can do the mission in about a minute or so. So you'll just be able to run this Habit mission over and over and over again to farm live relics you'll then be able to use and crack open for your prime parts. And this is one of the faster missions to do it in, and also one of the earliest, so if you just need some prime relics, this is a great way to actually get quite a few. Now that we have the relics, it's time to actually crack them open. At the top right of your navigation screen, you will find something called Fissure Missions. When starting one, you will actually be prompted to equip a relic. We have just found lift relics, so normally you would do the lift one, but if you have any of the other relics, feel free to just run these missions, as you will get prime parts by completing the missions and filling out the reactants for the relic you have actually equipped. I also highly recommend running these relics in the public lobbies, because at the end of the mission you can actually choose any of the prime parts dropped from any of your squad mates' relics instead of just being stuck with your own role in solo play. Then you'll just have to run these fisher missions until you get a few prime parts. And then as mentioned, you can exchange these for 15, 45 or 100 Ducats depending on the rarity of the prime part you have gotten. And a reminder again, remember to check the prices, at least for the rare prime parts, as these can actually be worth over 40 plat before turning them into Ducats, as 40 plat could be worth more in this sense. And once you have gotten your credits and Ducats, you will finally be able to buy yourself those prime mods in Baro's current rotation, or save up for the ones you actually been waiting for. So it's a good idea to just save some Ducats in your inventory for when a good prime mod actually comes around, so you can get it instead of having to go out and farm for them. And there you go, now you know how to farm prime mods, even though they are time gated by the bi-weekly vendor of Baro, other than the yearly event with TennoCon where you can actually get all of the prime mods in one go, but this will cost real life money. Otherwise you'll have to wait bi-weekly and hope the mods you actually want will show up, or just begin stacking up so you have all the prime mods that you will need. But prime mods are usually just an upgraded version of the normal mod. They will have the exact same stats until you actually upgrade them past their normal variant, so just keep that in mind. But now you at least know how to actually check Baro when he shows up, so you won't miss a good prime mod when it shows up in the rotation. So remember to like the video and subscribe for even more. And we do also have a Discord server, so feel free to hop in there and become part of the community. And thanks again to the lovely Patreon supporting the channel here, thank you very much. But that's it, so stay tuned, stay tipsy, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace out.